Here's your First Warn Weather forecast first, sponsored by Anderson Collision Center. Visit driveanderson.com.
Well, our temperatures are a little on the cooler side here for us this afternoon, especially where we've had some of the cloud cover, drizzle, and showers last a little longer today. Notice those areas along and east of I-39. 64 in Rockford, 62 in Roscoe. It's been a cooler afternoon, although a little on the muggy side. Now 67 in Freeport, and you're currently at 68 degrees in Monroe. We still do have some drizzle that'll persist most likely for at least the next hour, hour and a half, as our skies gradually clear from west to east. Already starting to see some of those breaks take place across northwest Illinois. Clouds will continue to clear as we work through this evening, and where the clouds do clear out, some areas of fog will be possible as temperatures dip down into the low 50s. Now, we are going to see drier conditions. Find out for how long coming up in the First Warn forecast a little later.
Right now at 5, community input on a new state-line hospital, the proposal to help increase health care coverage for residents.
Plus, Rockford medical volunteers returned from Ukraine what they taught to first responders as the war raged on.
And state-line racing fans get one last souvenir, the track pieces available from the Rockford Speedway.
Live from WTVO 17, this is Eyewitness News at 5.
Good evening, I'm Mimi Murphy.
And I'm Wendell Edwards. Thank you for being here. Tonight, one local medical facility is asking for the public's input on the neighborhood hospital proposal.
Eyewitness News reporter Jess Lipson stopped by to speak with those behind the plan. And Jess, we hear there's a need for this, especially in the case of an emergency.
That's right, Wendell and Mimi. Currently, residents in the Roscoe area have to go to Rockford or Beloit for when calling 911 for emergencies. North Point is hoping to fix that issue. So North Point Health and Wellness will be going in front of the Illinois Health and Facilities Review Board October 29th. That is when they'll pitch their plan for approval to create a local neighborhood hospital. Health staff say the lack of adequate medical facility is an issue for many around the country.
You've probably heard long wait times as a nationwide story in emergency rooms. And we believe that that happens because a lot of the communities are all funneling into the bigger cities. And we feel that we could help address some of those delays by providing emergency care close to home.
Tonight at 6, I'll be at the North Point facility in Roscoe, where they're holding their third and final listening session for the public to give input. Mimi?
All right, thanks, Jess. Rockford medical volunteers arrive home after providing training and aid to Ukraine. 2 Mercy Health employees joined a team of medical experts for a weeks-long training mission. There, they provided hazardous materials training to Ukrainian first responders. That included identifying dangerous substances, diagnosing exposure, and medical treatment. One volunteer says the training is important despite the safety risks.
It's so important that we provide this training to our brothers and sister first responders and healthcare providers in Ukraine. And the knowledge we're giving them is something we take for granted here at the hospital of Mercy Health. But there they can't take it for granted because of the environment they live in.
Conley added this was his 6th trip to Ukraine since the war began over 3 years ago.
Haunted houses are opening across the state just in time for spooky season. Officials there, though, are making sure scary attractions are also safe for you. The Illinois Department of Labor is conducting these safety inspections at all haunted houses that are mandated to be inspected by the state fire marshal. That policy comes after 2 fires in the 1970s and 80s that led to tight safety restrictions. Fire marshals are looking for dead-end paths, exit doors, and checking pyrotechnics. In addition to checking the safety of the attraction, background checks and random drug testing is required for all employees.
The White Sox and the Bears are asking lawmakers to help them finance a new stadium with taxpayer dollars.
But state leaders are not budging from the line they drew last spring. Cole Hinkey explains.
Last spring, the Chicago Bears and the Chicago White Sox chose an already difficult budget year to ask for state tax dollars to help build new stadiums. Governor Pritzker and the legislative leaders like Senate President Don Harmon didn't like the idea then.
Look, I'm as big a sports fan as the next guy, and I'm always happy to listen to ideas, but I made it clear to them then, and have tried to make it clear in the media since, that there's next to no appetite to fund a new stadium with taxpayer dollars.
And they have not faltered from that stance publicly since. The conversation is expected to continue at the Capitol into this spring, but it's an uphill battle for both teams.
it was a great presentation on their part. What the reality is we still represent the taxpayers of the state of Illinois. They have to change the environment to convince the taxpayers of the state of Illinois that it's a good idea that taxpayers funded their stadium.
Earlier this month, the White Sox, in the midst of what could be the worst season in MLB history, hosted lawmakers for an event at their stadium. Afterwards, House Speaker Chris Welch said it did not change his views.
But the reality is how do you pay for it? And, I think it would be a great economic development piece for the city of Chicago. The question is who should pay for it? And I think the developers should probably spend some time seeing if there's some private investment they'd be interested in.
Governor Pritzker's chief of staff took to X on Monday to reiterate the governor's stance, saying voters have been, quote, amazingly consistent on the idea of taxpayer-funded stadiums. And she said the governor's stance is the same, saying, quote, show him significant, tangible return for the investment to the taxpayer.
That was Cole Hankey reporting. State Line racing fans get to take home one last souvenir from the Rockford Speedway.
The Speedway is going away as we know it, but it's allowing fans to take a piece of that iconic track home with them. It was announced yesterday due to overwhelming demand, pieces of asphalt will be left outside the pit gates, as you can see here. The Speedway previously held an auction for other items with everything from signs to kitchen equipment to grandstands up for sale. Today, many people went to get their own souvenir. One fan says he's happy to get a lasting piece of a place that meant so much to him.
Grab a rock, piece of asphalt from the track. I've been coming here since I was a kid, so it makes a good important part of my life. It brings a little bit home, keep memories. I raced here a couple years ago and last year, just a big part of my life. I am very sad to see it go. I'm heartbroken.
The Speedway is reminding visitors, though, you're not allowed on the racetrack itself. It's an active demolition zone and could pose a danger to people if they enter that facility.
Still to come, FAFSA issues impact hundreds of thousands of students.
The new reports that show issues may last longer than expected.
And coming up at 6, an NFL Hall of Famer announces his diagnosis, Brett Favre's battle with Parkinson's disease.
It was quite a bit cooler out there as temperatures were nearly 10 degrees below where we should be, but we'll soon see those 70s and sunshine return. Find out for how long coming up in the forecast a little later.
You're watching Eyewitness News, your home team, with Mimi Murphy, Wendell Edwards, Scott Leber, and Chief Meteorologist Candace King.
The Department of Education continues its struggle with its rollout of the federal application for student aid.
Those FAFSA issues have affected hundreds of thousands of students. Maddie Beertemple explains.
4 million missed calls,
and education botched that.
And 432,000 fewer FAFSA submissions later,
representing an overall decrease of 3%.
The Government Accountability Office says the Department of Education's new FAFSA launch hurt lower-income students the most.
These are the families that need education to help achieve an economic future.
The GAO shared findings from its report on the FAFSA rollout. It described delays and website problems that weren't fixed for months.
For example, if you were born in the year 2000, you simply couldn't proceed.
The report also found the department knew there could be delays as early as August 2022, but didn't announce that for 7 months.
Regrettably, implementation of the law has been derailed.
Both Republicans and Democrats expressed concern about next school year's FAFSA period. It's already been pushed back to December.
Nothing I've seen or heard from federal student aid inspires confidence that the system is fixed.
Beta testing for the 2025-26 FAFSA is set to start next week.
They've verbally given us promises, but we have not seen any documents that involve what the test plans would look like.
But Education Secretary Miguel Cardona is assuring higher education leaders next FAFSA will be better. In a letter he wrote, the department is, quote, committed to learning from the challenges with last year's launch and making improvements. In Washington, I'm Maddie Beertemple.
Striking workers at Boeing have rejected the company's best and final offer.
Boeing's offer included a 30% raise over 4 years and a $6,000 bonus if workers accepted their proposal by Friday. But the Machinists Union says it won't put the offer to a vote because it doesn't go far enough. They say it fails to address retirement, wages, and other issues. Workers are demanding a 40% raise. 33,000 Boeing machinists walked off the job last week. Here in the state line, we saw some much needed rain.
We did, and it looks going to stay drier though for the next few days. Candace tells us more in her forecast next.
Now, your First Warn weather forecast from Chief Meteorologist Candace King.
Well, we have been dealing with the cloud cover, drizzle, and light rain showers for quite some time. In fact, some of that rain this morning added up to almost an inch in a couple of locations, but we are starting to see some clearing take place as we take a look with our Mercy House Skytrack camera out in Rochelle. Looking off to the northwest, you can see some light on the horizon. Our sky is actually clearing out to our west. In fact, that cloud cover breaking up, which will eventually lead to a partly cloudy sky as that clearing takes place from west to east. But you can still see how some of that drizzle kind of works right down through that I-39 corridor as the last bit of that moisture works on out to the east. All of this tied into a deepening trough or dip in the jet stream across much of the Midwest. Another low pressure system moving into northern Missouri. A couple of thunderstorms there just north of St. Louis, and then of course severe weather a little further out to the east. As we go through this evening, that clearing sky might lead to some patchy fog, so just a heads up in some spots tomorrow morning. 64 temperature in Rockford, 68 in Freeport. You're down to 62 right now in Rochelle and 61 in DeKalb, 68 for weather watcher Ben in South Beloit. That dew point at 59 and a 1/10 of an inch of rainfall from what came down today. We go a little further south for our weather watcher Terry down in Genoa. 62 the current temperature, dew point at 61, and 3/4 of an inch of rain, I should say, down there. It did rain quite a bit for some, kind of persisted through much of the morning. Our winds have been a little on the gustier side from time to time, but that wind speed will subside as we go through the night, and that's where we'll see some of that patchy fog as temperatures dip down to right around 52 degrees. We dry things out as we head into the day tomorrow, which will be nice as high pressure builds in, and we'll see a few fair weather cumulus clouds once we get into the afternoon as temperatures are back into the mid-70s. Tomorrow night could be a little cooler. Some outlying areas could actually fall into the upper 40s, low 50s for us tomorrow, Wednesday morning. Temperatures will then climb into the upper 70s once we get into the afternoon. We'll see a little more cloud cover, but we should stay dry as we head throughout the day on Friday. We'll keep with those clouds as we look into the weekend, and a small chance for some showers just at this point Saturday night, and then into Sunday. Those showers, the results of what will be the remnants of now tropical storm Helene. This is actually going to strengthen into a hurricane over the next 24 to 36 hours. Right now, winds at 50 miles per hour, pressure dropping. It is moving to the west-northwest at about 12 miles per hour. Notice as it works to the northwest, it'll then hook to the northeast and then strengthen once it gets into the warmer Gulf of Mexico ocean waters. That'll actually allow it to strengthen quite a bit and could become a major hurricane by the time it reaches the Florida panhandle here, and then weaken as it continues to move onshore. But blocking high pressure, we're used to this, right? We've had these blocking systems over the last couple of months, but high pressure will sit across the Midwest and the Great Lakes. So that actually works to feed in some drier air coming in from the east. The winds will pick up as a result of that going Friday into Saturday. So those 2 days will be a little bit on the windy side. But as that low pressure system kind of absorbs into another low over the southern states, that'll stay to the south. Some of that drier air could eat away at that moisture trying to lift north. So if that trend continues, then we may actually end up with a mostly dry weekend, and temperatures will be warming as a result. But there's a second cold front that comes in early next week, which could briefly drop us back down into the 60s.
Candace, thank you.
Scott's in next with sports. He'll tell us how an old Kobe Bryant video is helping NIU's football team get over its loss to Buffalo this past weekend.
And all eyes will be on the White Sox tonight to see if they'll once again make baseball history.
Now sports with sports director Scott Lever.
Coaches often say that their teams and their athletes learn more about themselves after a loss and some adversity than they do after a win. That's the mode the NIU Huskies are in right now after following their historic win over Notre Dame with a loss in the MAC opener last Saturday to Buffalo. That loss to the Bulls Saturday was a bitter pill. It was in overtime. The Huskies statistically outplayed Buffalo, but the Huskies were burned by 2 big plays by Buffalo's offense. And that loss came in front of a huge crowd on the Huskies' home field. Coach Hammock didn't lay into his guys after that game. In fact, he did just the opposite.
Obviously, Buffalo was a tough game for us. But one thing I told our players is, I love you guys. I didn't love them more after we beat Notre Dame and loved them less after we lost to Buffalo. And I think that's important, especially in this day and age of, where society is. So they gave their best effort. We didn't make the plays that we needed to make to put ourselves in position to win the game.
Hammock also said today during his weekly press conference that he showed an old video clip of Kobe Bryant to his players. The clip had a message from the late NBA star that the Huskies can use right now.
I showed him a video this morning of Kobe Bryant. He said, when I lose, I get excited. And I think you get excited because there are so many things you can do better to improve, to get better, and that's where we're at.
He was just saying how it's such a great opportunity to be able to learn from losing and learning from just the lessons that come within losing, and I feel like that is big for us to be able to learn from our loss this past week.
I think it helped me have the mindset of let's see what we could clean up, let's see what we can do better for this upcoming week.
And the Huskies have another tough assignment this Saturday. They will play at North Carolina State, one of the top teams in the Atlantic Coast Conference. Well, tonight, the White Sox could make more Major League Baseball history, the worst kind. If they lose at home to the Angels, it'll be their 121st loss this season, and that would push them ahead of the 1962 Mets as the losingest team in baseball since 1900. The White Sox have lost their last 5 games. Jonathan Cannon will be their starting pitcher tonight. That's sports. We'll be right back.
It may officially be fall, but the Philadelphia Zoo isn't done giving their animals summer treats.
And we have a video. This video right here, this tortoise, it's going viral, happily enjoying some watermelon for a snack. The zoo says tortoises get the treat for enrichment during the summer. They captioned the video slow and steady, except for when it's your favorite snack. Then he's moving pretty quickly there.
Looks like it tastes good.
Who of us have not just eaten a snack really fast when we've been really hungry, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, watermelon's great when it's really hot outside. Only today is a lot cooler.
It is. Yeah, I mean, temperatures were in the 60s, 65, our high temperature today. Look back, September 7th, we were 67. So it's been a while since we've been on the cooler side of things, and we still have some drizzle and some cloud cover in some locations. Temperatures tonight will drop back into the low 50s. Watch for some fog tomorrow morning, 76 tomorrow afternoon.
Thank you, Candy.
And thanks for joining us. We'll see you at 6.